there was once a poor man who lived his entire life in the slum. One day, he won a lottery ticket and he became a billionaire. He bought a very costly mansion in one of the most costliest areas of the city. Even though he was in the most costliest mansion, there was one problem. He couldn't sleep in the night. He was thinking every day why he couldn't sleep in one of the costliest mansions, in one of the costliest beds. After thinking for a long time, he finally found his answer. The reason was the mansion was too peaceful for him to sleep. He just couldn't handle the peace. Because he lived his entire life in the slums, this mansion and the peace and the quietness of this mansion was something unusual and unfamiliar to him. What he did was very interesting. He went back to the slums, took a tape recorder, recorded the raw noise of the slums, the noise of the people fighting, the vehicles honking, and the dogs barking. And he came back to his costly mansion and he played that music, the noise of the slum, and went to sleep peacefully. Isn't it strange? For him to experience peace, he had to experience noise. It may appear strange, but this is how our mind functions. Our conditioned mind is more attached to suffering than to peace and happiness. We love suffering. We may say that we want peace, but we do things that destroy that very peace. Imagine there are two paths. Which path will you take? The path that we have already traversed before. We always prefer to take a path that is familiar to us, to which we are comfortable to. We don't prefer to take an unknown, unfamiliar path. Similarly, we have mental paths. Which path we will take? Generally, we will take the path which we have taken before. We will do the very same habits that we have done before. And because we are so used to suffering, misery, and noise, that we tend to take these negative paths and we don't shift to taking a path of peace which is unknown and unfamiliar to us. One time, there was a very wealthy businessman who came to Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and he told Srila Prabhupada that I have so many factories. I have a factory in this city, I have a factory in this city, I have so many factories, but I don't get sleep at night. Prabhupada told him your solution is very simple. Give some of your factories to us, donate your factories to us, and go to sleep peacefully. This fellow couldn't handle the answer that Srila Prabhupada gave him, and he went away. The point is, even though he was saying he wanted peace, but he was attached to his suffering and he was doing the very things that were destroying his peace. There was once an ant that was walking over a mountain of sugar, and his conclusion was the mountain of sugar is salty, because even though it was walking on the mountain of sugar, it was still holding on to a grain of salt that it had previously been in touch with. Similarly, all of us, we may be in an environment of peace, but somehow the mind sabotages us and we bring in suffering. We embrace suffering again because we are used to a life of suffering. That is the reason why people love to speak about their problems, because they derive a sense of attachment. They are attached to their problems and they keep their problems alive by continually talking about them and thinking about them. The story of this person in the slum who became a billionaire and he was still attached to the noise of that slum. The story of this factory owner who was not ready to give up his factories, still attached to his factories even though it was giving him misery. And the story of this ant who, even though had come to this mountain of sugar, was still holding on to the grain of salt, is our story. We are all attached to our misery. We may think and we may say we want peace, but we still hold on to our misery and find identification from it because it is so ingrained in us. on a subconscious level, we feel and believe that we cannot live without suffering and misery. So we need to ask ourselves this question: are we ready to change our path? Are we ready to take an unknown, unfamiliar path of peace? Or do we want to stick to the same old path that gives us misery and sadness? We need to question ourselves: do we really want peace? Or we are just saying that we want peace? Do we say we want peace and do those things that actually destroy our very peace? If we ask ourselves this question, we will realize that we actually are very far away from this level of peace. And if we at all choose to walk on this path of peace, we need to remind ourselves that the mind is very subtle and cunning, and it tries in every way to sabotage the journey of peace that we are walking on. So we need to be very careful and watchful so that we ultimately come to this destination of achieving true peace and happiness. Thank you.